Hey, welcome everybody. It is Trash Talk. Yeah, no, it's not your eyeballs. There's actually three of us on the screen. Yeah, it's Brandon and it is Stuart, and we are joined by Nick Luck from the West Coast. Hey, Nick,
Hey.
welcome. Glad to have you back with us. He's a good guy. We really like
Oh,
adding Nick to the mix. He's a lot of fun. We're gonna have some fun this morning. You can kind of get a hint by what's going on with our backdrops
Looks
and
like a bunch of
everything.
Chinese kids sleeping back there. I don't know what's happening back there. I don't know. Nick's got a cartoon. Stuart's got a math class where everybody's falling asleep.
And
I've got a bear.
you got a bear hibernating behind you.
I
He
think
looks
every
so
kid,
cute, doesn't he? Look cute, like he's like
Yeah,
peaceful. Like, hey, bro, just I'm done for the next 4 months.
he looks like he's eyeing the back of your neck, though.
He probably is. I kind of want to cuddle with him, but bears stink, man. They're so smelly, bro.
Well,
eh,
Anyway.
if you hid in a cave all winter long, you'd probably come out in the spring not smelling
True.
like fresh
True.
flowers.
They literally say that that's one of the warning signs is that if you get this foul smell out of nowhere, it's probably a bear that's creeping by, and they use that smell to mark their territory too. Besides just
ooh,
blind,
I'm gonna remember that. I did not know that was a thing.
it's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing. So be on the
Yikes.
Well,
lookout.
anybody with bad body odor is going to mark their territory. That's for
True.
sure.
I'm going to start doing that from now on when I go to work and I don't want
Marking your
people to talk.
territory.
Well, I do that anyway, but I'm going to start doing that when I go to work and I don't want people to talk to me. I'm just going to have no shower weekends.
I should do that so my 3-year-old can stop, touching my stuff.
Right. Just mark it.
Yeah.
Who fired that shot?
My wife would kill me.
Oh.
Well, hey, folks, we are brought to you by our good friends today at Patriot Sandwich Company. David Jordan and his gang over there making the best sandwiches ever with the freshest meats, the freshest vegetables, and the sauces are incredible. And hey, for those of you that are in our area, right now you can even get Patriot Sandwich Company sandwiches over at the American Coffee and Tea Company. That's over
awesome.
at the Tollway and Stonebrook and all. They're great people too. Also veterans and all. We'd really like supporting David Jordan and his Patriot Sandwich Company because he likes to give back to our troops and those that are in need, especially those that are homeless. So
Yeah, I got to get over
we
there again.
salute you, David.
I
I
got to
wish
get
we
to
had
that.
one
I
in my
got to
area.
get to that. Yeah, when he expands, once, but I got to get to that in that coffee shop too. The combination of good coffee, supporting a veteran-owned business, and a sandwich, like that's money in the bank right there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. Well, all we got to do is stay awake long enough to do it because we all were talking about what are we going to talk about and trying to decide what we are going to talk about. We were all so tired and trying to think, oh man, I don't know what I want to talk. I said, we're also damn sleep deprived. Why don't we just
Yeah,
talk about sleep deprivation and sleep disorders? And and Brandon, you're hopeless because you've
I
been
am.
burning the candle at both ends for years.
I don't even know what that is. I don't even have a candle anymore.
it's,
It's just two. It's just this long burnt wick,
it's just the wicks have met in the middle and there's nothing left.
and I'm exhausted this week. This is awful, man. I'm telling you guys. I don't I don't know, man. I don't know. I seriously delusional. Like I wasn't sure what day it was.
When you get to be my age, you can get away with that comment,
I
but
know. Usually, yeah.
you're too young.
I don't know. I mean, there's like just okay, so we're all different at different levels in our life, but Stuart, are you a go to bed early? I think you're a go to bed. Sometimes though you surprise me. I get a text at like 11 and I'm like, dang, Stuart's pushing it late tonight.
Well,
Um,
when you get older, sometimes you get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and so I take my phone with me.
Let me text Brandon real quick
Yeah.
while I pee.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Hey, what are you doing, man? I'm peeing.
I might as
Great.
well text Brandon because he's probably up.
I genuinely am. But are you a go to bed early guy? Or you a get up early
Yeah,
guy?
generally I am. I mean, I have a hard time pushing it to 11. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm usually in bed by 10 and I'm gone by 10:15. Just
And
but
what
I
time
get
you
up
get
I
up?
get up early.
Yeah.
You know, I'm up at 6 or maybe a little before 6.
Nick, what about your
Yeah.
situation? I guess it all depends with work, right?
Yeah, I for work, if I'm like going to work out or anything like that, I try to be up at like 5:30 on my work days. On my off days, I'm usually up by like 7 because I usually watch my daughter in the morning. So there's that. So I try to go to bed by 11. That rarely works out. I usually go to bed later, but yeah.
It's hard, man. I think it's hard no matter what age you are, depending on if you work and what you've been used to all your life. Like I much rather now go to bed early. I'll be honest with you. I would much
Yep.
rather call it by 10:30, be done. 10 o'clock, is cool with me too. Again, it doesn't work out though a lot of times because you want to have that, if you're a parent, you want to have that downtime after your kid or kids go to bed to where you can unwind and whatever that you do, scroll on social media, talk on the phone, watch a movie, whatever that may be, so you can unwind before you go to bed so you don't feel like you have nothing, you know?
Yep.
And then if you work a little later, there's some shifts I work or some nights I work, it's not as late as I used to, that's for sure. I get out at 10, so I get home, shower, maybe make something to eat. I need to unwind again. I don't want to go right to bed. I don't care if I got to get up at 4:30 in the morning, 5 in the morning. I don't want to go right to bed because I need that decompression.
Yep.
But it burns you. It will burn you. You got to time it right. Give it that 30, 40 minutes. Don't go past that because then you're dead the next day, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and you're also a big movie watcher, Brandon. So you sit down after work with something to eat, and you start to watch. You figure, I'll watch a half hour of a movie or something, and then all of a sudden, 2 hours later,
I'm
you're
I'm
into it.
done. Yeah, I'm on part 4 now, you know? Like,
Yeah,
and I do that sometimes. If I have things to do, whether that be for the podcast or for something else that I want to do on the computer, I won't put a movie on. I'll maybe just put on a show that I've seen before a bunch of times, so I don't care. I just want it on for entertainment, and I don't get hooked. I don't
yeah.
mind calling it quits. The last thing I want to do is get hooked on some really good show or a really good movie and have to call it quits.
Or a series
Oh,
that also is just so good that you get to the end of an episode and you say, okay, maybe I'll just watch one more episode.
Especially
yeah.
when you got autoplay on.
Yeah, you shut off the remind me I'm watching this. I did that a couple weeks ago with the series Made. I finally got to watch Made. I've been
Made.
meaning to watch that on Netflix. And God, guys, if you haven't seen Made, it's been out probably for 5 months now. I just was behind the times on this one. Phenomenal, top-notch show, great limited series, great story, true story. Honestly, loved every second of it. It was great.
I got to watch that one. We just finished Dead to Me.
I haven't
Dead.
seen that. Is that on Netflix?
Yeah. Dead to Me.
Dead to
And
Me.
that was one of those that at the end of each episode, it always ended with something you just weren't expecting. It like smacked you in the face. And so you thought, oh man, I got to see where this is going. So, and the episodes are only like 30 minutes each. So
Well, then
that,
you're binging them. You're binging them late at night. You're like, oh, it's only 30 minutes.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
No
the
big
sun's up
deal.
now.
I can do 30 more minutes,
What about when you were younger, Stuart? Like, would you stay up late, or were you a late night person, or were you always kind of like, I'm gonna go to bed, or whatever?
I usually went to bed because I mean, when I was growing up, we didn't have Netflix and Amazon and that kind of
I
stuff.
didn't have that either, but I
You know,
still stayed
you just
up.
had TV show. Johnny Carson would say goodnight, and we all said goodnight.
Well, the
And
TV was done. Then you just have a little symbol on your TV.
right. Yeah,
Right.
you'd have the sign off, and everybody would go to bed.
I remember staying up late when I was a kid, and I used to watch Nick at Night and stuff like that, and even certain channels, even with cable, certain channels stopped. They just stopped airing anything. It wasn't even an infomercial. It was just like the channel took a break at 1 a.m.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
now forget it. Even if you don't have any streaming service and you just watch basic, they never stop. They're going to show you whatever they want. It might be crap, but it's going to be on there.
Yeah. Well, and when I got into college, I mean, all the guys in the fraternity, I mean, they were in the library or in the living room or down in the dining room or something studying. I could not study at night, man. I open a book and start to read something. I may be able to get in about 3, 4, 5 pages, and I'm like the people right behind me.
Just done.
I'm gone. And then if I get up in the morning, I cannot remember a thing of what I read. I always used to get up at like 3, 4 in the morning and study before going to classes. I seem to be able to retain it. And that's when I started to love coffee too.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. Yeah, it became part of your ritual and all that. Nick, what about you, man? Like, if you had your preference, it's hard when you're a parent and you work and all that stuff. That's different. But like, let's say, like back in the day when you were living the single life, were you a night guy or morning guy or what?
Man,
This
yeah,
cat.
I was a night owl for most of the time, and I ended up getting insomnia for a while, and I just couldn't. I struggled
Really?
getting a lot of sleep.
Wow. What'd you do?
Got married.
You got married and that made you go to bed? Well,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
what? You
pretty
know what?
much.
I don't want to hear about it. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's
That'll
too
knock
early
you-
in the morning for this.
That'll knock you out.
Right. So that's when it
Nick
changed. I
Nick
started
was the one
getting
that had the headache at night.
right. Woo.
You have kids, you go to bed, man. That's just the way it is. You have kids, you go to bed. You got to, especially if they're
Yeah.
young. When they get older, who cares? But when they're young, you go to bed, man, because they don't care what time it is. And if they wake up because they can't sleep and they can't go back to bed, they don't care if they're crabby. It's not their problem. They take it out on you. So
Right.
Yeah.
But
Melatonin helped
did you
too, actually.
find when now that your kids are growing up, mine are already grown and everything, but a lot of how you felt all day and all night depended on what their schedule was all about. Like you say, if they were crabby and everything and you were tired and you wanted to relax and they kept you up, it would throw your whole schedule out of whack.
yeah, sleeping schedule, kids sleeping schedule, especially like with Luke when he was a baby, he was like me. He was a night guy. And you know what the weird thing was? He wasn't even crabby. Like I have a picture of him. I was working the bars and I came home at like 3 in the morning, maybe a little earlier, somewhere around there. And I was married at the time. So my wife and Luke, like I expected them to be just out because he was past that point where he was staying up all the time for feedings. He was getting into somewhat normal
Yeah.
sleep pattern. I come in and I see the TV kind of flickering in the living room. And I'm like, well, somebody either left it on or fell asleep on the couch. And sure enough, Luke is on the floor, okay, sitting there. He's got his little plate thing. He's sitting up. He can't quite walk. He can crawl, but he's sitting up watching TV. My wife at the time is trying to stay awake to make sure he's good. And he turns around. He's got the biggest smile on his. He's just happy.
Yeah.
And I took a picture of it because I'm like, what is this? And she's like, he's been up since 10:30. And I'm like,
yeah. And,
this
and now
kid's a
that
maniac.
daddy's home, it's playtime.
And that's what it was. So she went to bed
Yep.
and him and I stayed up for another, I had just worked. I was at the bar from 3 p.m. till 2 in the morning, and I just ended up staying up till like 4 o'clock in the morning with him. And he struggled he's still young, but the thing now is he'll put himself to bed. He'll be like, Dad, I'm done. Like I'm out. Like
I'm so jealous of that.
it's rough, bro. It takes a minute, trust me. We'll have late night because we watch movies. I'm like, tonight's our late night, bro. Let's stay up. And his late night might be 9:45. Although I've seen this kid stay up. We went to that FC Dallas game. That kid didn't go to bed till midnight. Yeah, it was brutal. He also slept until 10:30 in the morning. He was just like deuces. I don't even care. But he will tell me, hey, I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. And I brush his teeth and put him to bed.
Yeah. Yeah. He tells you, oh, okay, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. And you're saying, now I'm wide awake.
Right. I'm like, we're watching this. We're watching Toy Story 2. What the heck, bro?
Yeah.
So he goes to bed and I'm just like, well, I don't care. I'm finishing it. But it's
Get into the
hard,
good
man.
part.
So both of you guys get up at the crack of dawn and you go out and exercise.
Mhm.
How does that affect how does that affect your ability to stay awake and alert all day? And then doesn't that, burn you out earlier at night?
I'll let Nick go first. He's our guest.
Well, for me, most of the time it actually works really good for me as far as energy. Hopefully I can keep that going for at least a few more years. But because I know it gets harder over time. But for me right now, it works good. It gets that blood pumping and I'm able to be more, I just feel better too. Getting that workout in, my body feels just good. Like I can do a backflip even though I don't want to.
But then
Even though I'll break my neck.
how do you feel at
Right?
2 o'clock in the afternoon then?
It kind of depends. Like if I work out and then go to work, I'm gonna feel it. I'm gonna be a little bit more sore, a little bit more tired, but I'll still feel better than if I didn't work out that day. I think I'll still feel a little bit lower actually with energy. And it'll be harder for me to work out later on if I didn't do it in the morning, really hard. Even if I do it like right after work or even that evening. So I feel it helps out a lot for me.
Yeah, I agree. Like it's tough. It's not easy. And this last week for me has not been good workout week at all. It's been really rough. Um, and so the idea of getting up tomorrow morning at like 6 to go work out sounds awful. But I'm going to go do my thing. I'm going to go do it. I'm going to go run. I'm going to do what I got to do. Might not be the full blown thing, but I'm going to do it. Because again, it's a mental thing. I'm more mentally alert. I'm thinking more. I'm more focused if I do that in the morning and I start my day. And it's worse if I have to go to work. Like if I have to go to work later in the afternoon, so I'm going in, say 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and I'm not getting done till 10. Typically by about that 8 or 9, I'm cashing out. Like mentally, I'm done. Physically, I'm done. I might be like Nick said, a little sore, but overall through the day, I feel good. And it also depends on what else you put in your body that day too. If you go work out and then you stop at McDonald's for lunch, and then you go stop at somewhere else for lunch or dinner, you just canceled everything. You're tired, you put crap in your body, and every good thing that happened is now making you sleepier. So I feel better, honestly.
Okay, so the reverse. What happens if you go a day or two without that early morning exercise?
Oof, it feels weird. I always
Yeah.
feel weird when I miss a day that I plan to work out because typically I work out, I try to do 5 days a week. So whenever
Wow.
I miss one of those, and the days usually fluctuate too, but just because scheduling is weird for me. But yeah, I when I miss a day, I'm like, oh, this day just sucks.
It's tough. Yeah. So, if I have week 6 or Luke 6 days in a row in the morning, 5 days in a row, whatever, I'm not doing my workout in the morning. It's me and him. I'm not taking him to the gym. And well, now I moved, so I don't even have that gym anymore. So I'm having to create a whole new workout. So I'll do stuff. I can do stuff with him, like he's in the living room. I can do stuff in the house, my push-ups, my planks, my sit-ups, things like that. And usually go for a run or we do something active. But it's hard and you get out of that rhythm. So I try to do my morning workouts when he's not here. And then I try to work out something in between. And that's the toughest part, honestly, is going, hey, I just did 3 morning workouts in a row. Now I'm not doing it, and I'm doing 2 afternoon workouts, and that throws off your sleep schedule too, because your body's used to having this energy in the morning, and then you don't anymore, and now it's just so many things throw your sleep schedule off.
So do you find when you work on, and I'm trying to think about my past because I was a runner for 20 years and I used to get up early in the morning at least 5 days a week, and I'll go for my runs early in the morning, and that would carry me through the day. But I was working basically the same schedule Monday through
Right.
Friday, working during the days, off in the evenings and all. But you get yourself into a schedule so that when you finally do put your head down on the pillow, you have a tendency to fall asleep. And do you because of your erratic schedules, sometimes do you find it's hard to fall asleep?
Yeah, For me, I do, yeah. And the biggest thing for me, it's the mental thing. It's all mental because I'm mental, but it's because of everything, and especially lately. But there's also a lot going on. I know it sounds crazy. I feel like I say that all the time. There's a lot going on, but there's a lot going on, like moving and crap at work, and then so mentally, I'm thinking about all these things that I have to do. I can't, it's been very hard lately. I've been extra like burning the candle at both ends because I can't shut it off lately.
Well, you're a
And
creative person. So are you, Nick. Do you find and sometimes I'll get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and all of a sudden there's an idea for a show.
yeah,
And I'm thinking, oh, that would make a good show, but I don't get my butt up out of bed and go over to a pad and pen and write it down. So then when I wake up in the morning, I say to myself, man, I had an idea for a really good show, and I can't remember what it was.
you got to keep that by your bedside. Or look, Nick can attest to this. There's
Yeah.
times that I have sat there and sent him messages at weird hours. My cat's yelling at me right now. He's the bear is trying to. I hope the bear eats him right now. But because he's about to just be homeless. But like I'll send Nick a message, like, and it might be a voice message because I don't feel like typing. I'm laying in bed. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
and I'll send him like something from a conversation, or we have a wisdom session because we're on wisdom on Friday nights. We got a wisdom session coming up, and I'm like, check this out. Boo, boo, boo. And then Nick, mind you, he's 2 hours behind us. So, he might just be going to bed. Then I'll get a message when he wakes up, but I've already been up for 4 hours. And it happens all the time. I'll do that all the time. I've done it with Stuart. Hey man, I know it's 11 o'clock and you might be asleep, but check this out.
Yeah. And then Brandon does the same to me. They'll send me a message, and it might be by voice, and it's like one sentence at a time, and he sends out like eight messages. So it's like it's 8 different texts, and I'm sitting there and I'm trying to rest, and I just hear the phone going bing.
Your wife's
bing,
like, what the heck?
Bing.
He's excited.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, is that 911 or something? One of my kids is in an accident or something. Oh no, it's just Brandon saying, hey, I got a good idea for a show this week.
Well, and the thing is, the reason I do the short text or the short voice message, if it is a voice message, is so that way, if you can't listen to all my 20 minutes of rambling, you can break it up like a series.
Yeah.
It just looks better too than seeing like the like a whole straight wall of text. Seeing it broken up, it just looks better too.
Right,
Less intimidating.
Yeah. And then there's misspelled words, and he's got to
All
send
the
another
time.
text to correct the misspelled words.
Yeah, usually when I send a text to correct the misspelled words, because I'm so annoyed that it misspelled it. And then there's times I don't care. I'm like, whatever, just decipher it. Just
You know what I mean?
choose your own adventure, figure it out. You get the gist of it,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But that happens. I mean, it happens to all of us. We think about things and it's very hard to shut off, or we wake up and go, aha, eureka,
That's how I am too. Like I'm always, especially when I'm drawing or writing something, I have like so many notes on my phone of things I'm working on, whether it's just projects for my books or just things I do in general when I'm creating. And then I'm always thinking of either that or like, man, I didn't finish that drawing. I'm gonna get farther with that. Like I'm just lying in bed.
I thought of the most random stuff. Like that's the weird thing. Like you think about the most random stuff. Like I was thinking about like Luke lost one of his cars, like one of the hundreds that we have, and he was really hyper focused on that. I don't know where he gets that from.
But he knows which one he lost.
Right. And he told me, Dad, I can't find that. He calls it a tree truck because it's a little Matchbox tree truck, and it says tree cutter on it. And that's what it is. And he's like, Dad, I can't find that tree truck. And he tells me this like right before he goes to bed. We've been playing all day with cars. He doesn't mention it then. And I'm like, well, buddy, it's here. Like, I know it's here.
Yeah.
We just had it yesterday. You probably either, I'll check under the couch. Yeah, you need to find that in the morning, Dad. Okay. Great. So I go to bed and I'm sleeping and I'm like, man, where did he put that tree truck? Like I start like freaking, like it's like a beautiful mind over here about a Matchbox car, It's
That's the
crazy.
worst, when you misplace something and you know it's in the house somewhere. Like that's for sure kept me up at night too. I'm like, I know it's here. Where is my Fitbit? I just had it.
Right.
And it keeps you awake trying to think of where it is. And should I get out of bed and go look for it? No, I really don't want to, but I can't sleep. So I better get up and
Yeah.
go look for it.
Well, what do you do then, though? Here's the thing, guys. What do you guys do? Everybody has a routine from when we were a kid and our parents, changed us and brushed our teeth and put us in bed. We have a nighttime routine unless we're either exhausted and we collapse or drunk, That's it. So what do you do as your process? Like I don't even know everything, but what do you guys do if to go to bed? And if you can't go to bed, what do you do?
Well,
uh, oh, sorry.
no, go ahead, Nick.
Okay. Um, yeah, I usually just try to do the routine hygiene stuff, because I try to do that before I get too tired. Then it feels like a chore.
Yes,
So I
yes.
try to get all that stuff out of the way, and that way I feel more refreshed. And as I start to wind down, I start to plan kind of ahead. Okay, what am I going to knock out the next day? Like planning. Okay, like for work, for instance, getting my food packed and all that. Find ways to cut down on cravings and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to just keep those plans going, and just things along that time frame. And if I can't fall asleep, then I'm usually reading or doing something, maybe probably drawing on my tablet. One of those two.
So you actually get up and do something.
Yeah, I'll still stay in bed. Usually I'll like listen to something like what are those, like those lo-fi songs, that really
Sure.
calming stuff, and that kind of helps drift me to sleep. But if my brain is going, I'm like, okay, I need to get this done, like this drawing done real quick before I like lose my drive and want to draw something else instead. But sometimes doing that helps too. Just go to something else and then come back. But yeah, that's kind of a mixture of what I try to do.
Or I, Alexa, play meditation on Pandora or whatever. And all
Oh
of a sudden
yeah.
you hear these little tinkling bells and things like that. It
Dude, yeah,
helps you drift on.
you joke,
Yeah.
but I did. So Luke had a sleep machine, a sound machine when he was a baby, and then we got rid of that, or it broke, or God knows what. Well, I just found when we went to that one bedroom, I had sleep sounds on my device. I can't say the device
Yeah.
name,
Like,
but all of them will turn on. I had but I tell it to play its cricket sounds. So, and
right. Or
it's to the
water
point.
lapping up on the shore,
Yeah,
seashore.
it's to the point now though. If he's not look, okay, so he's got his own bedroom now. I'm still playing cricket sounds in my bedroom because I can't sleep without it. Like it's been like 2.5 years of nonstop cricket sounds. So now when I'm like, I'm just gonna go to bed, I'm just laying there. I'm like, this is weird. Oh, I got to turn on cricket sounds. So now I have to do it. So now he has it in his room and I have it in my room. And I'm like, oh my God.
Something that kept messing me up was we had that for our daughter too, and we would usually go between like the water sounds,
Mm-hmm.
and I got used to it because I love the sound of rain and all that. And when she usually falls asleep to like music now instead of that. That's what calms her. So I used to use it still every so often during like a nap or something, and I would keep waking up realizing like something dripping, is the pipes break or something, and I had to realize, okay, I can't use this anymore. I'm getting paranoid.
Yeah. Or you had to go to the bathroom.
Right.
Yep.
Did I just pee the
Yeah,
bed?
you hear
Did
all
I do
this
that?
water and is that me or
Oh,
Well,
everything's soaking.
but when
you
I
brought
when
up
I when I have trouble, really have trouble getting to sleep, my wife just gives me two of these.
I don't know what that is.
She baseball bat. She just smacks me with a
Oh,
couple of those, and I'm out like a light.
I thought it was a dart. I was like, she injects you with something? Like, is it a
Yes.
needle? I'm like, good God. isn't it- yeah, that's there's all kinds of things. I don't take anything to sleep ever. I know Nick, you talked about melatonin.
Mhm.
I don't do that because when I did take it a couple times to try it back in the day, I would sleep, but I would wake up pretty quick. So meaning I would go to bed for an hour or two, then I was up. I'm like, here I am. And so I don't take anything. If I'm sick, I'll make sure whatever drugs I take have some sleeping stuff in them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
Like
that's it.
like NyQuil or something like that.
Yeah, I'll do a shot
Yeah.
of NyQuil, call it a day. But
Well,
Um,
there's always been theories of, just have a nice cup of tea, herbal tea or something, or
eh,
I don't know where they came up with it, but a glass of warm milk.
that sounds like what, butter? I'm going to drink butter.
Butter?
Yeah, like
No, I'm good.
I got to warm this milk so it's going to turn into butter so I can drink it.
I'm pretty sure my wife wishes she could use the bats on me, honestly. But I use the melatonin
Yeah.
every so often.
Honey, just give me two of those across the head and I'm gone.
One on
What
each
do you
side.
do? What do you do when you have to stay up? Like, so again, being a parent or working different jobs, you have those nights. Like it was right when COVID hit. So about 2 years ago, Luke got really sick in June, really sick. I hated it. I was scared because I thought it was COVID. And that was when we didn't know anything about it. We're like, the zombie
Right.
virus is here and we don't know. Um,
I am legend.
I stayed up for 36 hours.
Wow.
True
Ooh.
story. That's not even an exaggeration, because he was sick and he was having issues at both ends, and it was not good. We went to the emergency room. That sucked, and ended up being just a stomach virus that there's nothing. You gotta there's only two ways they can come out, and that's literally what the doctor told me. They're like, bro, keep him hydrated and he's got to get this bug out of his system. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, it's getting out of every system. Okay. But he would sleep for an hour and then I would hear, not to get technical, I'd hear rumblings in his tummy and I'm like, oh God. So I would,
Ground zero.
and then he'd wake up crying and sweaty and things would happen. So I couldn't sleep. I literally 36 hours. And I'm like, this kid's going through a nightmare and he's trying to sleep and he can't sleep. The least I can do is be ready, So
Right.
I stayed up 36 hours and then finally the virus lasted. It got gradually better, but they said it can take up to 7 to 10 days. I'll be darned, dude. It's like day number 9 gone. He's perfect. And I'm like, I'm over here like, snorting coffee beans. I'm like, I need some more. Give me the extra strong. But yeah, so what do you do? Like, if you don't have, I'm a coffee guy, Nick. I don't think you are, right?
I'm getting back into it. I used to.
How are we friends? We're not friends.
No, wait. I am drinking it. Hey, so when I got, actually before I got married, I was drinking it a lot, and then when I got married, I was, because we had a Keurig for a while, and then I kind of got it out of it, started drinking tea, and now
Nice.
I'm getting back into coffee again. But caffeine and me have a weird relationship. Caffeine and me usually ends up with me crashing really hard.
See, that's what I was asking because some people have that. To me, I can drink a cappuccino at 10 o'clock at night. I won't. I have drank coffee. I just prefer my cappuccinos in the day, but I have had coffee late, especially when I worked overnights or worked at the bar. When I worked at the bar, I would have one of my girls there start a pot of coffee for me at 12:30 at night. And I'd start drinking it because I had to drive home,
Yeah, no, I'm that way too. I can have have a strong cup of coffee and then go right to bed.
Same with me. Caffeine doesn't bother me that way. And I don't drink pop, so it doesn't really. Every now and then I have my craving for a McDonald's Coke, but yeah, I was wondering though, is that part of your morning though? Like if you don't have your coffee, do you feel tired? If you don't have that morning, whatever, banana, apple, do you feel tired or does it even matter?
Yeah. So is it like your morning workout? You kind of have to have it. I can't get my day going if I don't have my coffee in the morning.
Same.
That's the first thing I do. Get up in the morning, brush my teeth, go in and turn the coffee maker on.
Okay, so I'll tell you, I don't brush my teeth first thing in the morning. I rinse it because it's like a dragon's breath, but I take a drink of water.
Like the bear and the bear
Like
in
the
the
bear. Yeah, I
hibernation.
smell like this guy. I drink of water because you should always drink water before you drink coffee in the morning.
Really?
Mhm.
Yes,
I never heard that.
your body is not done flushing the toxins out and all that crap, but because of it, because it's in that process, the water that hits it soaks up all those minerals, everything that you can. The best thing from water goes right into your body first thing in the morning. If you put coffee in it, your body's trying to process and this, and you don't get that full process, can cause stomach problems, gut problems, and things like that. Anyway,
Yeah, that's why I try to chug like a thing of water each day. I usually have a big thermos, so I try to get a few gulps in before anything else.
Me
That
too. I
helps
do
me
that.
out.
I'm totally with you. I do a quick slam of water while I'm making my coffee, and then I drink my coffee. But if I don't have my coffee in the morning, I'm awake, but nobody wants me to be awake. Nobody wants me.
Yeah. No, if I don't have my coffee, I'm a little edgy. No,
Yeah.
I like to have my coffee. I just had a strange one the other day. I had a mocha coffee Coke.
What?
It sounds like
it comes in a can. It's
a nightmare.
Coca-Cola mocha coffee.
So they made like a cold brew.
Yeah, it comes in a can, and it tastes like Coca-Cola with the flavor of coffee, and it's only like 70 calories for a whole can.
It's a 50,000 grams of sugar, but hey,
I want to try it. That sounds interesting.
sounds awful.
Actually, I had it with my Patriot Sandwich Company sandwich.
What? That
Yeah.
sounds like a horrible combination.
I just saw it there, and I thought, now that's strange enough. I got to try it. Well, look
That's
at
fair.
all these flavored fizzy kind of drinks that they got out there now, and the hard lemonades.
I don't do that stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
there's all kinds of concoctions.
Yeah,
out.
hard seltzer. Hard seltzer is still a huge thing.
How
Yeah.
do people drink seltzers? I don't get it.
I don't either. You know what? I want and same with sparkling water. Like there's the seltzer and the sparkling water. I know it's similar, but they're different. Doesn't matter.
Mhm.
They both suck. I wanted to feel bougie, and I was at my friend's house. This is years ago, who was bougie. And she had, can I get you sparkling water? I'm like, well, of course. Yeah, obviously, and she
What
poured
else?
it. And I'm like, this is horrible. Like it's like the worst thing I don't understand sparkling water. I don't get it. Maybe with alcohol. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the ice drinks, though. That brand is pretty good. I don't know. I forget if that's
Ice?
sparkling water. It's like I'm trying to think how so it's like flavored quote unquote water. I don't know how much water is actually in it. It tastes like soda, but they call it like it's like a brand ice water. And there's like a couple other ones they have, but it's usually like actually no, some of them are clear. Others have that coloring to it. But yeah, it doesn't taste like water. It's weird.
Well, yeah, I mean, they you can get a watermelon mango grape water or
Yeah.
something.
Ooh.
And flavored waters and all. And Brandon and I did a show about coffees and everything. We talk about the people that walk into Starbucks and stand there and rattle off about 40 different ingredients that they want in their morning cup of coffee. And
Mine is coffee.
I'm just standing behind them waiting to order my cup of black coffee.
I get some weird. I mean, I get some drinks like when I go to Summer Moon, when we go, I usually try because I like their different variety. I want to try.
You like
something.
the peppermint something or another, don't you?
I'll do that during the winter.
Yeah.
Look, I'm a basic white dude here, so I will do when pumpkin season starts.
Yes.
And give me my Stoke cold brew. Give me some pumpkin spice latte, and let's go watch some football. Like
Right.
I go girl out white dude, man. I'm basic as they get when that happens.
Now I want a pumpkin spice.
I don't. It's 103 outside.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, that doesn't bother me. But then again, I haven't tried it on a hot day like this. It'd probably be much different.
I switch
Very
over to
bad for
the iced coffees.
Pumpkin
Yes.
spice cold brew is now. I can't do iced coffee in the morning though. It throws me off. I
Really?
need,
Really?
yeah, I need the hot drink. Well, number one, like because it's cold, I drink it too fast. So I'm just like, and it's gone.
Oh, yeah.
No taste
The
buds.
yeah, and then
All
the other
burned.
one though, are like if I do the hot, I'm like I can sip on it, and it's a process for me. It's a whole pro. Even Luke knows the process. He's like, Dad's gonna drink his coffee. I'm gonna watch my show, and I got like 30 minutes where he's just content, just chill. But I usually try to get up earlier than him, which throws off my sleeping schedule, so that I can drink my coffee like outside by myself, and just relax, whatever.
Amazing. I I went to the doctor, and he wanted me to take a sleep apnea study. Have you ever done that?
No, do they
Nah.
pay? I'll do it.
Uh,
Yeah, if they pay, I'll definitely do it too.
Do they pay? I'll do anything. You can pimp me
No,
out.
well, he sent me home. It was like this watch that you wear. It's a watch
Ah.
computer, and it's got a probe that you run up your sleeve and attach it
Oh,
right to your chest, and then you got this little thing on your fingertip to
Good
monitor
God.
and you have to do that for 2 days. Okay,
Okay.
and it records all this crap and everything. And of course, you go turn the kit back into the doctor, and about 3 days later, he says, "You have severe sleep apnea." I says, "Okay, what is that?" He says, "You have trouble falling asleep." I don't have any trouble falling asleep. I said, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and maybe I toss and turn a little bit at night and all, but this is a new big thing with sleep apnea. And he wanted me to get a CPAP machine. You know what those are?
no.
Yeah, a CPAP here. I got a small picture here.
I don't know. You said that they gave you a probe, and I was
See if
like, I don't
this
want
guy,
to do
can
this
you see
anymore.
that picture?
Yeah, I got scared about that too.
When I heard probe, he
Yeah.
gives you a probe to take home. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, no, thank you.
Can you see that picture on the screen that I
Yeah,
just
I
shared?
thought that it looks like an
Yeah.
iron lung. What is
That's a
that?
Oh,
CPAP
man.
machine. And
Jeez.
yeah, and I mean, it looks like you're on life support.
That's
And
horrible.
I said to the doctor, there's no way that I'm going to wear one of those. That's supposed to help you get a good night's sleep.
No.
I said, I feel like I just got hit by a truck and I'm sitting in the back of an ambulance, and they're trying to keep me alive by putting one of those things. I said, ain't going to happen. But there's all kinds of alternatives now. They they can implant something in your chest.
Oh my
Mm.
God. Good
It's like,
Lord.
like a pacemaker, that when you go to bed, you do something and you activate it, and it sends signals to your brain to make you sleep. I mean, folks, just stay up another extra half hour
Just
later.
do it.
Or
Yeah.
like me, pick up a book and start reading, and all of a sudden,
Yeah. Just
you're
don't get involved in something major. Like I can't do that.
Yeah.
But if I go like sit in a dark room, or not in the bedroom though, like I need to get out of the bedroom. So if I get out of the bedroom, sit on the couch, not turn anything on, and just kind of think for a minute,
I still contend, if you're really having trouble sleeping, your best friend is either Alexa or Siri. And I'll
Yeah.
just ask them to play some soft music, play some violins, play some meditation or
I
something.
know. Then sometimes I'll be like, okay, I don't want to hear that skip. I don't want to hear that skip. You find me something else, and I'll be like, just play some smooth jazz. Next thing you know, I'm into some weird stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, hell, Brandon, you can put on Guns N' Roses and
I
fall
could, yeah. I used to sleep to music on a regular basis.
asleep.
Yeah, me too.
Pre Little Man, yeah. I would have like a sleep playlist, and it would have like 80 songs on there. And usually by song 79, I was tired. So
And to me,
anymore.
that seems to me to be the most relaxing way to fall asleep in a good sleep, is just to listen to soft music that you enjoy.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I like acoustic guitar music, like jazz guitar or something like that.
Mhm.
Just don't
Sometimes I
go on
can-
TikTok.
And just
Don't go on TikTok. Don't go on social media, because you will be up for another hour and a half.
right. Right.
You know it's bad when you get to that video where it's like, hey, you've been scrolling for a while now.
Right. When I get a warning from TikTok and it says, "Do you want to take a break?" Like, and I'm like,
Yes.
"Do I?"
Or TikTok sends you a note saying, we need a break.
Right.
Please turn us off.
Well, they
You're
have that
stressing out our
setting on
servers,
there.
man.
They have that setting on there. It's like it's that it'll tell you how much time you spend on the app and when you've done too much. Like if you're on for a half hour straight, you can set it and it'll pop up and it'll say, "Hey, do you want to take a break?" and all this stuff. Like
Give somebody else a chance.
yeah, I've seen that. Never at the house. Usually it happens when I'm at work.
Yeah, it
So
goes
like
by
TikTok,
so
TikTok.
fast. Especially when I'm making videos or something. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
been an hour already? Dude.
Right. You make a video and I'll do like 3 or 4 videos in a row or 6 in a row and
Yeah.
save them. And then I start watching stuff and I'm like, what do you mean I've been on here for 2 hours? I just made 6 videos. They're only a minute long.
Right.
Right. I was thinking that it's like it's only a minute. What happened?
And oh my God, I got to go to work now.
Yeah. Or oh my God, my shit. Oh my God, I got to punch out. My shift's over.
I did nothing productive today.
Dude, I saw a thing. This is a true story. One time, and my screen time said you average 9 hours, 9 hours a day this week on for your screen time. And I was like, how is that possible? I don't do it when usually Luke's around at all. When he's asleep, I do. And then I look at how much I worked this week, and I was like, oh, I did it all at work.
Yeah, that's how mine is too. Because my phone, I use my phone a lot for my job, so
Sure.
I turn mine off. But my tablet comes on, and since I use that a lot for my drawing, when I look at it, I'm like, oh, it keeps going up.
I have been getting better though, where I've been doing days where there's no social media. Mondays are usually the day I start where, yeah, you might see me post stuff, but chances are I've already scheduled that to come out. But I don't do social media. I'll take the day and just take it off and not do it on. I've been doing it on Mondays. It's worked out pretty good so far, but I want to really keep at that to take it. And I don't pick up my phone unless, again, Luke's not here. I have nothing to do, which is never, and I'm bored. I try not to, like, I'll text Nick, "Hey, I'm going ghost," and I just disappear for the
Right.
night, where I just put my phone on do not disturb and I don't want to be bothered.
I'm getting pretty decent at that, where I have my Fitbit alert me with every text message, so I know when I get something, so I can put my phone somewhere. Like I have days where I'll just upload on TikTok and then just get off, especially when
Yeah.
I'm at work, and I'll just keep it like that. And it's a good way to balance some things because, like we were saying, you can get lost in that abyss, that rabbit hole, so just so easily.
Well, and then there's always a project. You always get an idea,
Mhm.
like, not to go off topic, but like when the San
Oh
Diego
man,
Comic Con happened, there was all these news coming out, and I'm like, okay, I could do this. That whole weekend, I was like, nah, I got my own thing I'm doing. I'm not even dealing with it. And it keeps you up
yeah.
at night. So, but anyway, I will sleep good tonight, though. I hope you guys do.
Am I the only one that shuts off all of his electronics at night?
Yes.
Mine are my alarm clock, so I can't afford that.
No, I put mine on do not disturb if Luke is with me. If he's not with me, my phone stays in the bedroom. If he is with me, my phone's not in the bedroom because, look, no offense, I love a lot of people, but what am I going to do? Don't call me.
Yeah.
Call 911. What do you
And
want
then,
from me?
and then when you open your phone in the morning, you got 85 messages.
It's happened. It's from stupid emails, every social media platform, Nick, my dad, maybe
Yeah.
Stuart.
Right.
It might be my ex, which, like, oh, thank God I missed that one, but
My wife was actually late that yesterday. She heard my phone blowing up. She's like, "Who's texting you? Holy crap!"
You're like,
She's like, "Oh, okay, gotcha."
she's like, I get it. Never mind. He won't shut up.
No, well, we all have had our shares of sleep deprivation and everything, and we all try to find it. I hope that we've shared some information with our audience today.
We did something.
Because I think there's probably a lot of them that were like bobbleheads during the whole show because we were talking about stuff and they were going, Yeah. I recognize that. Yeah, I do that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but anyhow, if you're sleep deprived, go take a nap. Or
That works.
try and fit it in. You know, remember when they used to tell you should have at least 8 hours of sleep a night?
No, no.
Oh,
Oof.
when is that ever going to happen?
Yeah, look, my sweet spot's 5. If I can get 5, 6 is a beauty.
Yeah. 7 works good for me. The only time I've ever gotten 8 hours of sleep or more is on a cruise ship.
There's been days though. There's been Saturdays. I get out of work. I'm done about 2 o'clock. I get all my stuff done at home. By 4 or 5. I've gone to bed at 8 o'clock. I've seriously have gone to bed at 8 a.m. and then I get up at 4 and I'm like, and that's usually when I do something like that. I'm done. My body has had enough. Like Brandon's reached his limit.
There
That
was
might
an
be me tonight.
interesting there was an interesting sleep schedule I heard. I forgot where it was or how long ago. I think this was a really old sleep schedule people used to have. It was wake up at dawn, work until about noon, midday, have a nap, and then you just have the rest of the day to do whatever you need to.
Well, that's
And I
why can't
thought,
we do that now?
yeah, I was like, dude, that's pretty dope. And they were bringing up like, it was like a sleep, I forget what they're called. This is not this, a sleep scientist, sleep specialist, something like that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. They tell you to take a power nap.
yeah, they were saying
15,
that's
15
why.
minutes, learn how to just shut everything
I
off and
can't
just
do that.
meditate, whatever, for
Yeah.
15 minutes.
I can't. What am I, a cat? I can't do that.
Yeah, they were saying that's why so many people tend to feel tired around that time of day because that's something we should be doing to feel better. And I thought that actually makes sense. I don't know about the getting up at dawn part, but
I'm okay with that. I'll get up at dawn. If I can stop at noon,
yeah.
12:30, and be like, I'm done for the day. Like, I'm going to start doing that at work. I'm going to show up at dawn. And then come 12, I'm just going to be like, I'm out. I'm just doing this new schedule.
Worth
Spaniards,
it.
Spaniards have been doing it for decades. They shut their businesses down at noon and they reopen at 3. They have something to eat, they take a nap, and then they come back and reopen their businesses. The siesta is a part of their culture.
Man, we are screwed in the United States. We are doing so much backwards stuff, man. They're like, the United States is like, we're going to work you to death, raise prices, and not pay you for it, and you'll be happy.
Right.
That's the United States right now.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. You work your butt off, send you home. You're irritable. You're underpaid, and you can't sleep at night.
You can't afford anything. So,
bruh, can't
enjoy
afford to sleep.
it, bro. Yeah, you can't afford to sleep. Oh well, whatever.
All right. We'll get out of here. We'll do one of these again sometime. Nick, thanks a lot for joining us, man. It's always
Thanks
great
for
to
having
have you
me.
with us. And
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That'll do it for another edition of Trash Talk. Thanks a lot to Nick Luck for joining us, and to Brandon, and glad to all of you that are here. Join us again next week at 8 o'clock on Tuesday morning for another edition of Trash Talk. Until then, hey, be good to yourself and go get some sleep.
Get some rest.
Bye.